Welcome, language learners from all around the globe, to Listen Up, the podcast that takes you on a captivating voyage through the English language. Whether you've just started your journey or have been navigating the intricacies of English for some time, this podcast is designed to be your trusty compass, guiding you towards fluency and unlocking the wonders of English. I'm your host, Karen, a passionate traveller and an experienced teacher of English as a second language. Join me as we embark on an exciting expedition filled with British history read by a native speaker. Together, we'll conquer the challenges and celebrate the victories of learning English as a foreign language. Each episode of Listen Up will immerse you in a variety of topics, from aspects of British culture, history, and literature. We'll explore useful vocabulary that will empower you to communicate confidently in English. If you want to read along with the podcast, head to my website www.onepawinthesand.com/ESL. The link is in the description. But this podcast isn't just about learning English in isolation. It's about building a community of language learners, supporting one another, and fostering a love of the English language. I encourage you to engage with us through my Patreon page, where you can connect with fellow learners, ask questions, and share your own language journey. So, whether you're sipping tea in Tokyo, walking the streets in Sao Paulo, or studying in a bustling cafe in Berlin, Listen Up is here to accompany you on your quest for English fluency. Join me as we embark on this transformative expedition, where language becomes an adventure and your dreams of effective communication become a reality. Today's episode is called UFOs. In the world of UFOs, or unidentified flying objects, and strange happenings from outer space, there is a very interesting story about Admiral of the fleet, Lord Hill-Norton. He believed that the British government was hiding information about a UFO sighting in the south of England in 1990. He was a very important military person and didn't trust when the government kept things secret. This made people talk a lot about UFOs and how the government tells us things. One night in March 1990, something really strange happened in the sky over southern England. People saw lights and things flying around that they couldn't explain. People couldn't figure out what these things were or where they came from. This incident became known as the Cosford Incident, and it got the attention of many people, even those in the military. Lord Hill-Norton knew a lot about the army and government work because he used to be in charge of the military. Even though he was big and important person in the army, he didn't believe in keeping secrets from the public. He thought that the government wasn't telling the whole truth about the UFO sighting. He said this in public, and it had a big effect. It was said on this day, 3rd of September 1995, because he wanted people to know that something wasn't right. Many people who liked studying UFOs agreed with him. They thought that the government was hiding important information from us. Lord Hill-Norton saying these things made people think even more about UFOs and what the government tells us. People everywhere were worried that governments in different countries were keeping secrets about UFOs because they were scared or didn't want us to panic. Even though we might never know the full story of what happened in 1990, Lord Hill-Norton's words remind us that important people can also want the truth to come out. This tells us that when something strange happens, It's good for everyone to know the truth, even if it's hard to understand. And that wraps up another episode of Listen Up. I hope you enjoyed learning about my topic today and practicing your English. Remember, the exploration doesn't have to end here. If you have any lingering questions or want to continue the conversation, I've got some great opportunities for you. First off, I offer private lessons for those of you eager to expand your knowledge further, whether it's practicing today's subject or exploring other topics. I'm here to guide you on your English journey. Reach out to me through my website or social media platforms, and let's embark on a personalised learning experience together. I have been involved with training people for more than 10 years. I've been teaching English as a second language for over a year, in which time I have taught over 500 students, many of whom are regulars. But wait, there's more. If you're a devoted fan of Listen Up and want to show your support, consider joining our Patreon community. Your contribution directly helps us bring you more episodes and maintain the quality of our show. Your support truly means the world to me, and we couldn't continue this podcast without you. So whether you choose private lessons or Patreon, or both, I look forward to staying connected and exploring the fascinating realms of English as a second language together. Thank you once again for joining us on Listen Up. Until next time, keep practicing.